from our president, Janet Napolitano, who's been very instrumental in helping us to create partnerships. At the University of California, of course, we do scholarship across a very wide range of disciplines, and I invite my colleagues now from our various campuses and national laboratories to tell you a little bit about the kinds of priorities that they have at their campuses or lab.
I'll just highlight two things. Very much similar to UC San Francisco, we have a big medical school. It actually encompasses about half of all the research we do. And the way I measure that is from extramural support. It's about half of all the funding that we get to the campus comes through the medical school. The other thing I'll highlight that might interest you is we embarked on what we call grand challenges. Huge research objectives that we wanted to rally the entire campus around. And those two topics that we came up with, one was called Sustainable Los Angeles, largely focused on issues related to climate change. And the other one was, you might find interesting, was on depression.
There is a piece of the laboratory that exists today because of the bullet points that Oppenheimer listed. Everything from nuclear physics to computing, although computing is much different than that. Our mission is in areas like global security, threat reduction, and maintaining the stockpile, the nuclear weapons stockpile for the country. It takes about 14,000 people to do that.
We are unique in the university system in that we're the only campus that does not have undergraduate studies. So we have 4 health professional schools as well as graduate science studies, but no undergraduates. Nonetheless, we have get quite a bit of funding from the National Institutes of Health, and that's really our focus, from things ranging from precision medicine to children's health initiatives. We have 2 children's hospitals, as well as global health is a big focus as well, and we really have a kind of a mindset in our mission and in our practice of trying to look at caring for our community and our neighborhood, but we also broadly define that as health worldwide, and so we're also very interested in partnering with folks around the world.
Providing some sort of research experiences for undergraduates is a current new focus. One of the things that I think is perhaps a little unusual about Berkeley is we have a lot of interdisciplinary institutes and centers, and so we have some that we collaborate on with other campuses in the UC system. So, for example, we have a quantitative biosciences institute that we collaborate on with Santa Cruz colleagues in San Francisco. There has been a focus on dealing with grand challenges, and part of it is to try and figure out what are those things that we think Berkeley can do well, because it has a variety of areas that it tries to excel in, and one is like climate change or energy sustainability.
And first, I'm representing our Deputy Lab Director, Horst Simon, so I'll say a little bit about the lab as a whole. Like Los Alamos, we are the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory is a national lab. We are oriented towards the U.S. federal government and get most of our funding from the United States Department of Energy. However, we are managed by the University of California, so we have the usually fortune to wear 2 hats, both a University of California hat and also a national laboratory hat. As a national laboratory, we do a wide range of research areas, including high energy physics, supercomputing, a lot of biosciences and materials and things like that.
Our highlights would be another thing that we are something to stress about UC San Diego is that UC San Diego is a very large research university that brings in funding that ranks at number 5 by volume research in the United States. The areas to highlight are medicine, which is one obvious reason why we rank highly in the overall volume of research, oceanography, engineering, energy, and one thing that I would like to particularly stress is our current initiative jointly with the University of Arizona in Tucson University of Texas at El Paso, and the New Mexico State University to establish a border consortium of leading research universities just north of the border to collaborate with research universities just south of the border and beyond.
We are well known for our agricultural college, which is the #1 in the United States, and our veterinary school, which is the #1 in the world. But we're also a comprehensive campus. We have very strong biological sciences, engineering, arts and sciences, and a strong medical school. A couple of things that I thought I would highlight are UC Davis is the sort of mecca for the world's winemaking industry. Most of the expert winemakers around the world have trained at UC Davis, so when I travel, I often meet alumni if I have a chance to do any wine tasting. Another thing that I would highlight would be some unique collaborations between our School of Veterinary Medicine and the medical school. We have a program, for instance, in comparative oncology, where we work back and forth between common cancers that affect companion animals that also affect humans, and we're able to create drug development pathways that start in companion animals and end in human clinical trials.
We're partly defined by what we don't have. We don't have a medical school, we don't have a business school, we don't have a veterinary school, we don't have an agriculture program, although we do some organic farming and have an influential program in that area. But nevertheless, we've done a lot of interesting things. We have very strong programs in ocean and marine science, in economics, actually an innovative program in computer game design that's getting a lot of attention lately. And then two things that I'll mention, which are bigger and you've probably heard about. One is we have an extremely strong program in astrophysics. And in fact, they were instrumental in the development of dark matter theory. So I like to tell people that most of the stuff in the universe was discovered in Santa Cruz. You're welcome to come see it sometime if you like. And then we also have an extremely strong program in human genomics. And in fact, UC Santa Cruz published the first full draft of the human genome, which is actually a fantastic story. There was a race between us and a commercial company who was planning to patent everything. So not only did we get there first, but we're the reason that the human genome is in the public domain. So